This is Sportscentre.
Hey, I'm Marissa Roberto, and we start with breaking news. As per Rick Westhead, Carter Hart, Michael McLeod, Dylan Dubé, and Cal Foote have been directed to surrender to police in London, Ontario, to be charged with sexual assault. Two sources familiar with the matter have told TSN. This is in connection with an alleged incident that occurred during a Hockey Canada event during June of 2018. The four players had all taken a leave of absence from their teams last week and are expected to turn themselves in before London police hold a press conference Monday. Former Ottawa Senators player Alex Formenton, who currently plays in Switzerland, took a leave of absence from his team and reported to police on January 28th to be officially charged. For more on this developing story, click the link below. To basketball, and the Raptors are trying to snap a 5-game losing streak tonight. And it's been a rough ride on both ends of the court. Let's start with the offense. Because during this losing streak, they're near the bottom of the league in points, field goal percentage, and three-point percentage. With no RJ Barrett, and likely no Emmanuel Quickly tonight, it's hard to see that improving. Some good news on the injury report though. Jakob Poeltl is questionable. Since Yak went down January 9th, the defense fell off a cliff. The Raps are 1-9 in those games, with the 4th worst defensive rating in the NBA. And my God, look at those points in the paint. That stat is a direct result of no presence to protect the rim. And this is on full display against the Hawks Sunday, as they give up a season-high 76 paint points in that loss. But even with these losses, they aren't that much closer to keeping their pick, as they are still sitting with the 6th worst record in the NBA. But if they keep losing, the probability of catching Portland is definitely in play. Remembering that finishing in the bottom 6 is not guaranteed they keep their pick, as they need to survive the lottery. And right now, the most likely spot they land is pick 7, which means that pick would go to the Spurs. Well, at this point, I think collectively Toronto would just like you to lose more, but you don't want to be that because it's not really sportsmanlike, so I don't know what to tell you. I got no answers. The light week in the NHL before the All-Star break continues tonight. Let's go big picture puck. That's a huge book. And the subject of our deep dive today is the Dallas Stars. Where's Christian? Where's Christian when you need him? Also, I wore green for this. Surprise. This is the only time I get to wear green. I'm not in front of a green screen, so you're welcome. As we enter the break, the Stars are second in the Central, and will be battling with the Avs and Jets for first place. They're also riding a 3-game winning streak and are 7-2-1 in their last 10. But let's talk about what made this preseason Cup favorite so intriguing going into the second half of the season. When we talk about team construction, the Stars' roots can be traced back to 2007, but 2017 is the year that shaped the franchise future. In that draft, Dallas selected Miro Heiskanen, Jake Ottinger, and Jason Robertson, 3 of the brightest stars in the game, and each playing a different position. While it's been a down year for that trio statistically, there's no denying their excellence, and they are the core right now and for years to come. But the draft is the way Dallas built this franchise. As you can see, they had studs from the 2012 class, the 2015 class, and 2019 and 2021 for some up-and-comers. What stands out about all these great picks is outside of Heiskanen, they were all selected outside of the top 10 and in the top 80. So there are some real diamonds in the rough here. And it's so hard to find contributors in that range. But the Stars somehow keep hitting. And there are even more names that can be added to that list. In the first season in the AHL, second-round pick Logan Stankoven is the points leader. And 2020 first-round pick Maverick Bourque is right behind him. These two players are the headliners in talent that's in the pipeline. But they aren't the only ones. Back to the NHL though, because speaking of talent, we have to give Johnston and Harley the spotlight. Following a 41-point rookie campaign, Johnston is on pace for a career high across the board. And he's got 9 points in his last 9 games. But Harley has been even more impressive. After playing a total of 40 NHL games in the last 2 seasons, he's broken out with 12 goals and 29 points in 46 games. And among all defensive pairings that have played a minimum of 100 minutes together, Harley and Heiskanen lead in ex-goals percentage and expected goals per 60. And they are second in expected goals against per 60. They're also first in shot attempts for and against per 60, which is just dominant. Chiefs fans are now Swifties, and Swifties are now Chiefs fans. Time now for my favorite segment and yours, Why We Love Sports Today.
Why we love sports today.
Let's give this the full watch.
Our song is Slipstream Doors, singing out late, tapping on your window. When we're on the phone and you talk real slow.
Our song is The Way You Laugh. Yo, that is a good song and actually one of my husband's favorites, okay? You can be a boy and be a Swift fan. You can't get a ticket to a Taylor Swift concert, just go to a Chiefs game. I'm sure they're not as expensive. And we finish with a golazo. Oh man. Sometimes I watch these clips and I think, why can't I show off like that? I could never do that, okay? They make it look easy. You can't do it. And it's Tuesday, so we finished with some anytime goal scorer action. And in my absence last week, Julia ended our 2-game losing streak with a winner. And we love our Strega Nana Julia, okay? She can do no wrong. And with only 2 games today, our options are limited. So we're going with a serious value play. And that's Jared McCann at plus 210. And honestly, it's a pretty good number for a guy that's kind of been on fire lately. Over his last 8 games, he has 6 goals and 6 assists. scoring in 5 of those games. And they're up against a Sharks team that has the worst goals against in the NHL, as they're giving up almost 4 goals a game this season. So yeah, we expect the can to bury and push our streak to 2. That's all for today. We'll see you back in Northeastern New Pacific. Have a good one.